We're here for the promotion ceremony of Craig Hamilton to sergeant. It's a milestone in his career, and it's certainly important to us as a department. And I want to thank y'all all for being here to help witness this event and commemorate it and help celebrate it with Craig. And while this is certainly an upbeat occasion, I mean, clearly there's an unfortunate situation that we're also focused on. The events of the recent days, as a cloud is hanging over all of us, as we all know, that I would be remiss if I didn't mention or acknowledge what's on all of our minds. Everyone here is aware that two of our police family were involved in a devastating accident on Friday night, which claimed the life of Officer Larry Candelaria and severely injured Officer Mike Huffman. Both these men epitomize what it means to be a Pasadena police officer. And they're both injured as a result of their efforts to help others. They were doing what they're called to do and what all Pasadena police officers do every day. And they reach out and they help people. And with your indulgence, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor Larry's memory and also to pray silently to God to heal Mike and bring comfort to the families of both these two fine men during this most difficult time. So if you join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. And I just want to have one other bit of news, and then we'll get on with the business of the day. I want to take this opportunity to give all of our Pasadena Police family an update. I met with Lee Clark, who's here with us today, our City Attorney, Randy Perry, who's also here with us, Director of HR, and the Mayor. And we are all in agreement that we'll be treating this event as an in-line duty incident, in-line duty death, and injury. And so we're going to be seeking workers' comp as well. And I want to tell you, I can't thank the Mayor enough for his adamant support of this position. In fact, when I broached the subject with him, he indicated that that's the absolute right thing to do, and he wouldn't think of treating it any other way. And I can't tell you how rare it is to have an administration that's supportive of the police family. And I thank him for that. And I know you as a police family are certainly interested in where we're going to be and how we're going to proceed forward. But I will tell you this, that I have been impressed, as I always am, about the way that we reach out for each other and we're there for each other, and how we're there for Mike and his family and Larry and his family here in Pasadena. So thank you for doing that too. Now with that, Craig, let's get on with the business of the day, your promotion. I don't know if you know what you're in for yet, but I want to congratulate you for a job very well done. You didn't get here by accident. I mean, you had to work awfully hard to study, and you put family time aside, no doubt, to put yourself in a position to be successful today. And I want to, whether you realize it or not, I'm sure that you probably did, that you were agreeing to take on additional responsibilities that, that come along with being that supervisor. It's a burden that's not always appreciated by others, but it's one that I'm glad that you're willing to take on, because we need men and women to step up and to take on that role, to guide others. And I know you're going to be up to the challenge of being a supervisor, but let me warn you, in the words of Peter Drucker, being promoted doesn't bestow privilege or give power, it imposes responsibility. And sometimes that responsibility weighs a little heavy. And sometimes you're not always going to be popular, and you're always going to have to try to do the right thing, like you encourage your officers to do the right thing. But sometimes the answers are not as easy, and sometimes it takes some deliberation before you get there. I'm talking just for a moment about the responsibilities of a first-line supervisor. Some of the qualities of a good supervisor is an individual who supports his subordinates. He's there with his employees, and he's especially supportive of those who are doing the right things, to encourage the right things. And then when you find that we're falling short, you find a way to gently tweak and guide them back to the right way to do things. You know where your people are at all times, or most of the time anyway, and you know, generally speaking, what they're doing. And you encourage them to do the right thing the first time. You know, we talk about doing the right thing always, and this is something that we, as men and women of the Pasadena Police Department, are good about doing. I constantly receive information or compliments about our officers about doing the right thing. Just as Larry and Mike were doing the other night, even when they were off duty. And during times like we're facing today, we are there to provide guidance and comfort to our officers and to their families, to help them as we navigate the waters, these troubled waters that we're facing today. You know, we're fortunate that we work for an organization that is as tight-knit as it is. We're a family. Being a supervisor in PPD is much akin to being a parent. And when we find ourselves in a position that we need to tell our officers no from time to time, those no's always come with the patience and understanding, and the goal is always to try to help our folks grow, to try to get better. Harvey Firestone, the guy who was inventor of the first car tire, said the growth and development of people is the highest calling of leadership, and that's what you're taking on. So when you have your squad and you're out there working with them, you've got to work with each one to try to get the most out of each guy and help them to grow themselves so they can get better. And we should never, as a department, stop striving to become better at our jobs, as individuals, at our jobs, as individuals, and as a department. You know, our mission remains the same. We try to make our citizens' lives, quality of life better. We ensure their safety by addressing crime and disorder, and we do that by delivering professional police services. We're fortunate that we have such fine men and women working for us to make that job a little bit easier. I know you're going to find your position challenging at times, but you're also going to find it very satisfying. And you know you work with a fine group of men and women, as evidenced by things that you and I see day in and day out. So with that said, not to belabor this any longer, I want to congratulate you on your new position, and I look forward to working with you as you take on those stripes that are newly sewn on your sleeves, and you get to work back in patrol where you always loved. You just died to get back there, right? Okay. All right. With that said, why don't you join me up here, Craig? All right. Let me read you Craig's biography. Officer Craig Hamilton began with the Pasadena Police Department in September of 1996 as a civilian dispatcher, where he served 2.5 years on the evening and night shifts. In 1999, Officer Hamilton graduated from the 49th Pasadena Police Academy. He then served approximately 6 years on night shift patrol before transferring to his current position with Community Services Division. During his time with the department, Officer Hamilton has served with several special units, which have included Bicycle Patrol, the Special Events Response Team, Honor Guard, and the Crisis Negotiation Team. Officer Hamilton is the son of Jim Cluck and Johnny and Belinda Hamilton. Craig has been married to his wife Angie for 16 years, and they have 3 children, Ty, Madison, and Cooper. And at this time, I would ask that his father, retired Sergeant Jim Cluck, join us to pin on the badge. Sergeant Cluck. All right.
In light of this weekend's events, I kind of find myself at a loss for words. I didn't really know what to say, so I'll keep it short and sweet. I do want to thank everybody for being here and showing me the support that y'all have. I definitely want to thank my friends and family for all their prayers and support in making this decision to promote. I especially want to honor my family and my children for being behind me this entire journey. And just as we go forward, I just hope that we all continue to pray for Huffman and Candelari's family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Craig. Appreciate it.